Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen, or good morning, as the case may be. Good evening, depending on when you are watching this lecture. I am Wu Xianfeng. I am Jason Grenier. This is English through Popular Culture, and this is our lecture on a song called "The Boxer" by Paul Simon. Now, I'm unable to provide an audio file in the course of this lecture for copyright reasons. So to listen to the song, you will just have to go on over and find a video file of "The Boxer" by Paul Simon, and you can find a version with the lyrics. We're going to start by looking at a file that I've placed on the e-learning platform. Okay, if you click that file, you will see what I'm about to show you here. We're going to start with vocabulary. We know this vocabulary, we will be able to understand the meaning of the song. All right, first vocabulary item we have here is seldom. Seldom is an adverb of frequency. It means rarely. Something doesn't happen often. Okay, somebody seldom does something. I seldom buy lottery tickets, for example. I prefer to work hard for my money. Next one, we have a verb, squander. Squander means to waste something. Money, time, opportunities, okay? You squander them, you waste them. Resistance refers to the strength or the power to say no to something, to oppose something, or refuse to yield to something. For example, we can imagine the government trying to change a law and facing resistance from the people. The people say no, they don't want it. The verb is resist, okay, to say no or oppose something. We also use this to refer to stopping oneself from doing something that you want to do, okay? You stop yourself from doing something. Self-control, basically. You need to resist things, right? You want to lose weight? Well, you need to resist the junk food. Resist the temptation to eat fried food, for example. Okay, resist means control yourself, stop yourself from doing things also. Next, we have a verb, mumble. Mumble means to speak in a way that is not clear. Okay, for example, mumbling an excuse for something. Next, we have another verb, disregard. To disregard something means to ignore that thing or to fail to pay attention to it. We can disregard advice that people give to us. We can disregard warnings about safety or things that are prohibited, notices. You can disregard an email. Maybe I send you an email and you just junk it without reading it. You disregard the email. Okay, it means you ignore something. Next, we have quarters. Quarters here refers to sections of a city. We call them usually neighborhoods or districts. Okay, the old quarter, the student quarter, the Italian quarter, where a lot of Italian businesses and families live, for example. Next, we have ragged, an adjective that means that something is in poor condition. Okay, ragged clothes, homeless people without the money to fix their clothes or buy new clothes would sometimes look ragged, dressed in ragged clothes. We can use it for other things, paper, anything made of cloth, okay? Next one, wages. Wages talks about your pay. You can call it salary. Usually if you use wage, I think you're talking about an hourly amount, okay? Minimum wage, the lowest amount that someone can be paid. I know I need to update this. I believe it's finally over 160 NT an hour, okay? Wages are your pay. Next one, whore. Whore is a noun. It refers to a female prostitute or a sex worker. It's sort of an old word, and in modern times there's sort of an insulting connotation to this word. We usually call sex workers now, or prostitutes, okay? This is sort of an old-fashioned word. Next, bleeding. Bleeding means losing blood, obviously, but bleeding can also mean, in a figurative way, losing something over time. Bleeding money, for example. Lots of money going out for your expenses, very little money coming in, revenue, for example. Okay, your strength could bleed away. Let's say you're running a marathon, and around the 36th kilometer of 42, you start feeling weak. Your strength is bleeding away. You're getting weaker and weaker. So we can use it for things like that. Next, we have by trade. By trade means you do something as a living. For a living, I should say. As a job, for example, I'm a teacher by trade. Okay. Next, we have a phrasal verb here, to lay somebody down. Someone can be laid down gently, but here we mean knock somebody down, okay, with force. And it could be for something like a cold or a virus, right? Many people have been laid down by this virus that is spreading around the world still, okay? Lay somebody down. Lay low, another verb with lay, totally different meaning here. If you lay low, you limit your activities because you want to avoid drawing attention to yourself. We also say you keep a low profile. Okay, you try to stay out of trouble, try not to get caught, try not to make anybody angry. Keep a low profile. Avoid drawing attention to yourself. Next, come on. Come on is a noun, and it's something that is said with sexual or romantic intent, like a romantic offer. Okay, like the example sentence here, Playboy, he knows dozens of come on lines, things that he can say to make his interest clear. Okay, so we call those lines come-ons. Next one, declare. Declare is a verb that means to say something with strong feeling or to announce something. For example, a person could declare love for another person. A country could declare war on another country. The organizers of a contest could declare a winner. We use it for lots of different situations like that. Next, we have clearing. Clearing is a place where there are no trees growing because they don't grow there naturally, or because the trees have been cut down. For example, if you look up on the mountainside, there are many places where farmers have cut clearings. Right? Next one, jest. Jest is an old verb. We don't use this so much today. It means to make a joke. Okay, if you use it as a noun, it is the joke itself. And we have this expression that in jest. If something is said in jest, it is said as a joke. Or if a comment is made in jest, it is meant as a joke. It is not to be taken seriously. That's it for the vocabulary. Now I'm going to move on to discussing the meaning of this song. I'm just going to start a new recording here.